I'm live. I'm alive. What's up, guys? Going to do this introduction for the people that have never seen the channel. I do videos on my 2018 Charger Hellcat and also do live videos on the Chrysler Capital rates and residuals for people that are looking to lease, mainly Dodge Challengers, Chargers, all the hot rods. But if you join in, then you can ask me any question you want. So anyway, welcome to the channel. Please leave a like and subscribe. What's up, Ace? Thanks for being the first one. So I'm going to pull up my stuff and get ready here. Can you hear me out there? Hello. Hello. What's up, Edgar? Can you guys hear me? I think it's working. Yeah, I think it's working. All right, good. Look at my teeth. All right. Hey, I've got teeth now. All right. I'm not used to having teeth that are all in one spot. I got Invisalign a couple years ago and just got them off. I recommend it. Anybody who's looking at an Invisalign, it's pretty cool. My teeth are good. Yeah, I know, man. It's taken a long time. It's taken a lot of years, my whole life, for me to get some teeth. Good. Expensive, but worth it. All right, let me pull up my stuff here, guys. All right, where's that going? Dealer connect. All right. I haven't even looked at these myself. I had to do one. I think I checked one lease for somebody, and it was didn't really get to look around at anything else. Okay. They did update them pretty quickly, though. I think it was on the 3rd is when they came out, the new residuals. Ooh, they have one on the 4th. So we are up to date. Nice. Big time. All right. So put that over there. All right. What's up? Oh, Frankie, thanks for joining. And Project 392, thanks as well. They suck right now in Hellcat Chargers. They seem like I can finance them for 84 months about the same payment as lease right now. I will be able to verify that in just a minute. And if you're talking about a 2019, that could be true, you know, because they're new. All right. And see, I can still represent the Scat Pack boys. What's up? Because I got all the swag. I can't just let it go to waste. It's all the same love. It's all the same love. Okay. All right. Don't forget to hit the like. Man, he's my Frankie, my hype man. Your other hat is way better. Yeah, that is a sweet hat. I do like my Hellcat hat. I'm going to have to give away some of those here pretty soon. What's up, Jason? Excuse my chewing. I had the sour candies on my last live stream, but they've still been sitting here on my desk. I've been waiting to get rid of them. So I got the red eye video coming out tomorrow. Hope you guys will like that. Sweet car. I got some detailed things on the not logo. What the heck? Emblem. It's actually a really cool emblem. There's a lot of detail to it. And under the hood, there's a couple little things that are different. And anyway, overall, you know, neat car. Hellcat on steroids, basically. So I did not push this car because it is for sale at our dealership. So I didn't want to, you know, I want to get it broke in the right way, blah, blah, blah. And plus, when I'm trying to sell it, I ain't going to sit there and wreck it on YouTube. What's up, Ronnie? Yeah, Ace, I did. If you go check out some of my other videos, I did mid-muffler delete where I replaced them with the mini race bullets. I have a whole video on it, so check that out. Demonology, a full meal on his live stream. I need to step it up. Yeah, Ace, it's you know, yeah, it's hard to not be happy. It's loud as heck, but the race bullets, I think, just tamed the rasp down just enough to where it's not super raspy. I actually use a really good microphone to pick up the sound on my video. So check out the video and you'll get a pretty damn good idea of how it sounds. Go Cowboys. That's fine. I am not biased. You guys can do that between y'all selves. Yeah, there's a bunch of fun videos. Just check out all the ones I have on my channel. There's a bunch on car buying and car buying advice, and a lot on my Charger Hellcat. So just you can scroll through them. It's not like there's 50 of them, but I try to make quality content as much as I can. All right, so let's get to it. I got a few people in here. All right, so 2019, let's check them out. Start from the top on the Challengers. Ooh. Yeah, scat packs aren't good. So they bumped it. They at least moved it from a 39 months to a 36-month lease, but they did not give that money factor away yet. That's still 0.00182. And I find that interesting because it's the highest out of all of them. And guys, I talk in terms that people, if there's new people here, I talk in terms that people are already familiar with leasing. If you're not familiar with the terms that I'm saying, go back and watch some of my other videos on what you don't know about leasing and what you don't know about leasing part 2. And I go through what all these numbers mean and how to calculate them and everything. So this is more for the people that want to keep updated and find the right time to lease their car or buy their car. 0.00182 is not that great of an interest rate money factor. So that's a shame. Now the residual is quite high, 57%. So that might make up for quite a bit of it. But I'd actually have to run some numbers to see if that's worth anything, to be honest. See, the Hellcat still, even for a 19, is 0.00018. So that's a good money factor. And the residual's 56%. So honestly, a 2019 Challenger Hellcat right now should be a pretty damn good lease. If you can get the right price. Now, I know a lot of dealers aren't going to be giving them away, but they are good numbers. Like, I would not hesitate to tell somebody to go, if they really want a 19 and they don't want to wait till the end of the year, or they want to wait till the 2020s come out, don't do it. Those are good numbers. Just doing this. Yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, like Edgar's saying, basically, yeah, y'all can take over. Is that what I mean? I was going to say, you basically take what I'm saying and you multiply it by 2,400, and that's your interest rate. But in a lease, that's not how they do this. Everything is by money factor and residual. So going on to the Charger. Scat Pack, looks finally come down a little bit. Hey, they dropped that digit. So it's Scat Pack in the Charger for 2019 is 0.00096. I think it was 193 for like the last month, if I'm not mistaken. So they've come down just a little bit, but that residual is only 51%. It's not that great. See, so they can just play with those numbers any way they want. Yeah, I would still hang on unless you absolutely have to have a 2019 Charger Scat Pack on a lease. I would not lease one right now. No acquisition fee on that one. It looks like there are acquisition fees on Hellcats right now so far in the 2019s. Both the Challenger and the Charger have $595 acquisition fees. 2019 Dodge Charger Hellcat, man, look at this, 0.00017 and a 58 residual. All right, now we're talking pretty darn good numbers for a 2019 Charger. I think it's the lowest I've seen so far. And so, hey, man, if you're looking for a Charger, January, It's off to a good start. All right, I'm going to take a break and chew on a candy. All right. Let's see what the 2018s are doing. Was that for a... Yes. Yeah, Ronnie. I can go back if you got a question. I'll let you know again, but I was... that was a 29... The last thing I said was a 2019 Charger Hellcat. Yeah. Yeah, pretty darn good numbers. Siri. I would have to agree with you. All right. Going down to the 2018s. Ah, they're gone, guys. They are gone. So it is officially time to move on from the 2018s. Wow, wow, wow. There's still a decent amount out there, I think. I'm going to look. I can actually look. Let me check out and just see how many 2018s are left in Florida. What that means is, guys, there is no more incentivized not residuals. Oh my gosh, forget what I do. Money factors. So there's no more incentivized money factors. Now, what that means is they're going to standard rate. Standard rate is like 0.002 something. I can look it up here in just a second. Matter of fact, I'm right here. Standard lease program for 2019 on oh, hang on. Standard lease program 2019 is okay on all other vehicles 0.00216. Well, let's do the math. %. Not so bueno compared to the other ones, you know, like which is basically nothing, you know, if you get a good one. Okay, so a good one, right, was 0.00017. That's 0.5% of interest. So it's like it's nothing. So there's no more incentivized rates for any 2018 Dodge Charger or Challenger. So it's time to move on. Quit looking at the 18s. Just get it out of your head. The only reason you would buy an 18, what the heck was that? Is if you were buying it, not leasing it. Time to move on. We're moving on. Making my live stream easier. I don't know, man. Usually when they do this, they don't go back. But you never know. You can't predict their, you know, what they're going to do. But usually when it's standard rate, standard rate. Let me go back here and pull that up again. I'm going to check on some of the Trackhawks. See if they're any different. Ooh. See the 2019 Dodge Durango SRT. Good money factor, you know, 0.00013. Again, that's like free money. But residual is only 47%. And what that means is it's such a high dollar vehicle. If you don't have that residual, that means you're basically going to be paying before discounts 63% of the vehicle. So, or I'm sorry, 53. Geez, I can't even add. You want those numbers to be over 50%. You know, and if it's an expensive vehicle, you want it to be up in the 60s to get a decent lease. So those aren't going to lease very well. Let's check out the Grand Cherokees. Grand Cherokee SRT, 49%. Residual, not so great. Money factor, 0.00069, not that bad. But that's just why they don't lease very well. They keep those residuals low. It's because they're marked up way more than everything else. Trackhawk is still standard rate. I think it's been standard rate for a while. So they don't even incentivize the Trackhawk. That basically means that they do not want to lease that vehicle. You know why? Because it's overpriced and they know that it's not going to be worth even trying to incentivize the lease on it, because it's not going to be worth anywhere near what the retail is on it in 3 years. That's probably why. If you guys got any questions for me, of course, leave a comment so I can check on something for you. I'll go through some of the rebates real quick here for those interested in buying. Okay. Yeah, it's actually not at this moment, but finally going in Monday to get it done. They came out and did an appraisal, and then the guy screwed up the appraisal. He didn't even put the right spoiler in there. Some of the RTs have a 3-piece spoiler. There's a piece on the trunk, and then the two little fins or whatever, the edge of the spoiler, are on the car. Well, he put the middle section of an RT down for my spoiler. And, you know, working at the Dodge dealership, I'd already had all the parts that I thought if they need to be replaced. I had the spoiler already looked up. I had my trunk already looked up, and I had my bumper already looked up. So I already had the part number of everything. And I looked at the part number and I was like, what the heck? And I Googled it, and it came up that middle section of an RT spoiler, which is like $220. And my SRT spoiler is $997. So they screwed up the estimate. So I had to get him. I sent him the right part number. I'm like, look, man, this is the right part number. And by the time I made the appointment, the body shop is super busy. And because it was the first day they were open after New Year's, which was Wednesday. So they said that they can't get me until Monday. So it's going to start getting fixed on Monday. So hopefully I'll have it back by the end of next week. I should do a video on whatever rental car they give me, and like do some burnouts and some drifts in it or something. I don't know. Probably come back and bite me in the ass. Eric. Black Magic K9. Eric who? But what's up, Eric? Yeah, Jason, it sucks. I mean, I'm over it, honestly. I mean, it sucks in the moment. I was super pissed, but I know it's just a car. But on the other side of that, if you watch my how I pay $500 a month for a Hellcat video, I was going to have equity in the car because I don't put any miles on it. And since I got such a good deal on it, judging by the values that I, predicted, judging by the previous values of cars 3 years ago, my car should be worth at least $4,000 to $5,000 more than what trade-in value is, or I should owe $4,000 to $5,000 less than what the trade-in value is. So I should have that equity in my car when I go to get another one. So I could just move that equity over and not have to put any money down and pretty much slide right into a new Hellcat or whatever it is I want. Well, now that this accident is on my Carfax, that's going to diminish the value. So I've filed for a diminished value claim. Hopefully they can hook me up with that. Being a dealer, I'm like, look, if I'm looking at two Hellcats, one's got an accident on its Carfax, one doesn't. Well, the other one is just immediately more valuable because it doesn't have an accident. And then B, they could bring it down depending on, the age and mileage condition, $3,000 to $5,000, depending on the accident. I know it's not going to say, it's going to say like minor damage incurred or something, no airbags deployed, but still, when you're looking at that thing, it's just a scar. The minute you see the big yellow triangle on the Carfax, you're like, oh, it's been in an accident. Even though the buyer might not care, he's also thinking about resale. Everybody does. So that's what really hurt me. And then the way that they treated me, I don't know if you watched the video of me. Obviously, I guess you did because you knew about it, but I don't know if you saw the first video, but if you saw the first video, you would know why I'm really upset. It's just because of how trashy they handled it, and that I have to live across the street from that. That's actually way worse than what's happened to my car at this point, because I feel like I can't even hang out with my family outside, and it's weird, like looking over there. I've got to go out with like blinders on, and I like to watch my car in my driveway, and just, it sucks. It's awkward now, man. Eric from Wells. Oh, hey, what's up, man? What are you doing here? Do you follow my channel, or you just stumbled upon the live stream? Stopped by your office when I was in for service at Wells. Are you the right Eric? I stopped by your office when I was in, because I don't know which Eric. Oh, yeah, duh. Sorry, man. I know a lot of people named Eric. Well, welcome to the live stream. Lease based, looking at Bill here. Lease based on MSRP or the price you have negotiated? Always the price you negotiated. Yeah, you should never let anybody sell you a lease at MSRP or say, here's a big thing that people do, and I don't know why they do that, but I see a lot of dealers that say that, they'll advertise a price, and they're like, oh, well, that was our buy price. The lease price is MSRP. But that's a bunch of crap. The only thing that they can say to that is the rebates are different. And yes, the rebates are different on a lease. But as far as selling the vehicle to you, it should make no difference. They're going to make the same amount of money. Like, they don't make more money on a lease or versus a buy. It all depends on the back end. So the back end, which is the financing term, warranties, financing, all the stuff that you get tried to, they sell you while you're signing the paperwork. That's all back end stuff. The front end is the car, just how much you sell the car for. That is all the same, really. If they sell it for the same price, doesn't matter at that point if they're doing a lease or a buy. So if they try to change it up on you and they're like, oh, well, that was a buy price. It's a bunch of crap, and you need to fight it. And if they don't work with you on that, then you just need to find another dealer. Parked. Yeah, I know, Ace. Trust me. I was pissed. Yeah. In my own damn driveway. Ronnie, I work at Wells Motor Company in Avon Park, Florida. It's wellsmc.com. Just seeing you're on live, Frankie. It was your fault because she hit your car. Why'd you park it in your driveway? Yeah, I know, man. It's how many red eyes has FCA made? I don't actually know that number off the top of my head, to be quite honest. I don't even know how I would look that up. But I know we ordered our red eye like right when the orders opened up. I mean, it was within a week of the orders opening up, and we got ours probably two weeks ago. So they're just now starting to hit dealerships. Excuse me. Yeah, she just scratched my car a little bit. I can't. I got sidetracked with you guys. I'm sorry, but that's cool. I like answering questions and talking to you guys. This other stuff's just a filler for you. You know what I'm saying? for you guys buying stuff out there. I'll just throw out a couple rebates just to make sure you guys are getting the right stuff. And if anybody's on here that I have not responded to on email, I'm sorry. I had to let it go for a little while because leading up to Christmas, everybody was taking vacations, and I've only really got a couple salesmen that do my internet leads, and they all left. So not only was I dealing with the end of the year, which is usually one of the busiest years in the business, or busiest times of the year in my business, I was doing all the work on top of everything else that I already do. So it got a little bit stacked, and I just couldn't answer the emails because it was taken away from work. So I finally got caught up a little bit on some of the emails this week, and I know I've kind of left a couple people out there hanging, and I'm sorry. I'm just going to have to work. You're just going to have to work with me because I do. Today I worked the entire dealership. I dust the main floor, so I'll try to catch up with you guys on Monday. Yeah, man. This is all first world problem stuff, Bill. I mean, you can't just negate everything as first world problem. But yeah, it sucks. But you know what? I drive a Hellcat. My wife's got a good car. I've got a loving wife, 2 great kids, a great job. So I can't really complain too much. So everything's good, man. Everything's going to be good. No, we didn't order any, Frankie. We had a 19. We ordered about the same time that we ordered ordered that red eye. We ordered a 19 Dodge Daytona Scat Pack. So it was a Charger. I did a video on it. That is the only 2019 Scat Pack that we have. None of them have been a wide body. We had another Scat Pack we ordered. It was a Challenger, but it wasn't a wide body. And then the only other Hellcats we got were the Octane red one in wide body and the white wide body, but those are both Hellcats, not Scat Packs. I wonder how many demons are out there. I'm just going to hit a button. 2. There are 2 demons in Florida. Let's stretch this number out here. There's 11 demons. That's not a lot when you think about it. So in a 2,500 mile radius, that'd pretty much cover the whole United States, right? I would think. Yeah. So in the whole United States, there are 11 demons on lots. F8 green, plum crazy, octane red, indigo, black, Torred, destroyer gray. Anybody want one? Don't we all? All right, let's check out the... Get rid of that demon. Come on. Charger. Scat Pack. All right, so what I'm going to do is just look up real quick the rebates for a 2019 Scat Pack. Incentives. Now this pertains to the Southeast area. Usually it's pretty similar, but sometimes can vary. Matter of fact, I think that's why I don't do rebates, because it can vary. But let me just see what the main rebates are. Only $750. Now there is a Southeast owner loyalty bonus. So it looks like if you already own an FCA product, you get another $500. Maybe I won't go into that too much because it can be pretty specific on the area. What do you think about me doing some music in the background? You guys want some music? I feel like it's so quiet. I feel like I want to have some like fucking DJ playing or something. Best model of Ram 1500 lease. All right, let me check that out, Leroy. I think right now the Bighorns have been pretty damn good, but let me look. Bighorns are still pretty strong. Well, seeing the competition between the price and the numbers, none of the Laramie Longhorns or the Limiteds are that great right now, but I haven't really seen them. Laramie Longhorns or Limiteds, if I didn't say that. The Laramies are still pretty good. If you want a Laramie, it's 0.00033. Low money factor there. And the residuals 51, which is pretty good. Thing is, you can get a $55,000 truck for probably $500 a month, with a couple grand down. So it's still a good deal. But overall, the Bighorns are the best still. The Bighorn, the Lone Star, they have a Bighorn Sport now, which is cool. So you can take advantage of that good lease money, but still get a sporty truck if you want that. So it looks like all the Bighorns are under 0.00020 money factor, which very good number, and they are all 53% residual. So that's a good number. When you get up over, when you start going into the 50s like that deep, especially if you get a low mileage lease, 56%, that's a good number. Matter of fact, I did a Bighorn the other day. Gosh, what was it? It was like $45,000 truck, and it was like $2,000 down, and they get it for $450 a month. I mean, like done, tax tag, title transferred. I mean, it's crazy how they're leasing the trucks. It's almost stupid not to lease a truck unless you're just going to use it for work and beat the heck out of it. 2019 Challenger Spaz. I'm sure you're coming in a little bit late. No big deal. I'll go back and check. Chargers are the best right now, but Challengers are still doing pretty good. I can't exactly tell you what the lease is because I saved that for, I'd have to get in and calculate everything, and it takes me a few minutes, so I don't do that on the live shows. But if you want to shoot me an email, and I'll get around to it on Monday or whenever I can, I'll actually tell you what it is, because I also have to know the MSRP and the selling price. But just to let you know that the money factors are good. They're 0.00018 and a 56% starting residual. So if you're doing a 10,000 mile lease, that's 59% residual. So it's actually really good. And there is a $595 acquisition fee though. But don't hesitate to buy one, man. If you find a good deal on one, just go grab it. And I put my email in the comments. Okay, right. Jason, I would love. I'm looking at leasing because I just bought my 20. Love to. I'm trying to figure out your comment, Ronnie. I guess you're talking to Jason. Oh, Ronnie, buy it from him. I got you. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know. I can't keep track of everybody where they are from, but I'm in Florida, and unfortunately, I can only lease to people in Florida, or at least have a residence in Florida. Only we're a small dealership, um, and it costs a lot of money to start leasing to people out of the state because of all the reciprocity laws, and you got to be a dealer in that state, and you got to pay for the software for that state. You got to get training on how to do it in that state. And then you basically have to be like you're a dealer in that state to lease to people out of state. So it gets complicated, and there's no reason to, because we just don't do a whole lot of business leasing to people outside the state. Although I'm going to start to look into it a little bit more, because if the channel gets more popular, I would really like to help everybody that I come in contact with. But there's been, a lot that I can't. I got one more candy, guys. I'm sorry. My friend got an 18 Durango RT. Yeah, it sounds like a pretty good deal. And that sounds about right, though, for that Durango. Because actually, I was looking at a Durango RT before we got our Pacifica. Ooh, can you? Right there, buddy. Right there. I don't know which one you're talking about, but you can have whatever crack you want, bud. I was gonna look at getting an RT Durango for my wife, and I actually ordered one, and I had the hood and all that junk, octane red, sweet, and the numbers really weren't coming out the way that I wanted, because I wanted to be at $500 a month, but I didn't want to put any money down. So that obviously ended up being closer to $600 or in the 600s. And we came across a really good deal on a Pacifica. So we got a sweet limited Pacifica in copper pearl, which is actually pretty sweet. It's got the 20s. It's got the two 12-inch touchscreens in the back, and it's great for our kids. Their dealers tend to flex on a selling price if you pay cash. No, you should watch my other videos on how to buy a car better if you haven't. It's a big misconception. I guess it's still out there that cash is king, and it's not in the car world. The only time where cash is king is when, you're buying from like a mom and pop place where they have to use a credit card machine. Because then they have to pay that fee to the credit card company. Well, buying a car is totally different, because you have you're having a financial company or a bank, finance this large sum of money for you, and the dealers get a kickback on the financing. Again, earlier in the live stream, if you heard me mention the back end, so the back end, they get paid on that. Sometimes a lot more than the front end or the actual car itself. There's not really a whole lot of markup in the cars from the manufacturer, and where they make up for some of that money, is on the back end for financing. So when people come in and they're like, "What's your best cash price?" I'm like, "Well, it's more, because we have to count the money." Not really, but we just say, look, we don't have any precedence over cash or credit. And if they're really adamant, I'll just be straight up. He'd be like, "Hey, look, man, we get a little kickback actually for financing it. So if anything, if you want to finance it, and we give you a couple $100 to make you happy, that's cool. Because that's about what we're getting." But anyway, no, paying cash is not a good negotiation tactic. Well, if I've been trying to buy 2016, 2017 Hellcat Charger for almost 30 days within 500 miles of Michigan, dealers will not negotiate even $1 from asking price. Shall I wait, or will it always be this way? Well, it depends on what the asking price is. If it's good or not. You're talking about MSRP? Or what they have posted? because Michigan usually is right there, and I heard of a lot of people getting good deals in Michigan. Oh, used ones. Well, again, depends on what they're selling it for, but usually people aren't going to give away used ones because they either paid for them by trading them in or they paid for them at the auction. If you find one, or I mean, obviously you found some, shoot me a couple of the VIN numbers and in my email, and I'll just look them up and see what they're worth. And then I always usually add about another couple grand because it's dealer profit. You know, we're in this to make money. It is a for-profit business, but I'm not about just completely taking people under the rug. You know, I mean, you know, there's going to be a profit margin, and then there's statutory, if you know what I'm saying. You know, we just keep it as a friendly business that, you know, yeah, we're going to make a little bit of money, but that's what we're here for. So usually what I do is I'll look up the auction price of the vehicle, and then you can, if it's within $3,000 is normal. You know, if you can get it within $2,000, then it's a pretty good deal. Because by the time they pay, you know, pay the cars to get there, the reconditioning, and they got to pay the salesman, the GM, the finance guy, the owner, you know, there's usually about $1,000 pack, they call it, that the dealer just gets for doing all that stuff. And if they have to certify it and all this stuff and put a warranty on it. So I can do that for you. Well, Frankie, well, you know, $1,500, like I said, if you just heard what I said, I mean, sometimes there might only be $2,000 of profit. So if you're asking for $1,500 of that, well, yeah, I wouldn't do it either. So like I said, if you know, shoot me a couple of VINs, I can get a decent idea about what they're worth. And then you can tell me what they're selling them for. And I can actually let you know if it is a decent deal or not. So, you know, we wouldn't take $1,500 off of our used cars, to be honest, because like I said, we only have, sometimes there might only be, shoot, I've only seen, sometimes there's only like $300 worth of gross in a used vehicle, just because some things happen. Now I know this isn't, I'm just playing devil's advocate here for a second, but I mean, you don't know the history of what happened. You know, they might've got it in a clean vehicle, but then it ended up needing brakes and tires, and they didn't realize the oil pan gasket was leaking, and then they had to do all this work on it and ended up spending $1,300 on it. And they only have $700 left in it, you know, and then you're asking for $1,500. Well, yeah, that's way past their profit margin, and they'll just wait for the person that's willing to pay $1,500 more. So, it's a fine line. And like I said, the best thing to do is I can just see what it's worth and then tell me what they're charging you for it. And I can just be like, look, man, that's a fair deal, or nah, you just need to wait it out. My email is up in the chat, wherever y'all are. Mine's over here. How do I do that? I got to get used to this stuff. Anyway, or you can just send it to the channel name at gmail.com if you don't want to scroll up. But again, it might take me a minute. I'm not at work until Monday. So asking price had a lot of room in it. Yeah, I wouldn't buy a Hellcat. I mean, I'm in Florida, Avon Park, Florida. Yeah, I mean, I've went back and forth about the whole buying new thing, and then, you know, or wait a year, you know, for someone to take the hit. And, you know, I think it all comes down to what you want to do with it. You know, if you don't absolutely plan on keeping this car forever, then why buy it new? You know, I just kind of get them with a warranty, you know, just make sure that, whatever you get is still within warranty or has a warranty on it. That way, when you drive it for 6 months, if something happens, then you can just get it fixed. You know, and if you're planning on keeping the car for a couple of years and getting something new, then why not lease? I mean, it's just the way things are going with these cars are just too damn expensive now. Everything. Now, obviously I'm sitting here driving a Hellcat, but it's like they're, you know, the average price of cars, and they just did a news thing on it. It's like the average price of a car is like $37,000 now. That's crazy. You know, gone to the days of, you know, getting a car for $12,995 or something. You know, it's just, and these trucks are just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, they're getting, you know, you can't even get a base model truck for 30s now, hardly. You know, you're going to get roll up windows and freaking, you know, it's crazy. You may not keep it more than 1 to 2 years. Lease BMW, so we get snow, so leasing isn't worth it. Oh, usable over half the year, yeah. I honestly don't know how you guys do that, John. I mean, I'm on the Hellcat forums, and they're like, ready to put my baby away for the winter, and they're like sitting in it and shit. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm paying for something. Plus, I'm a car junkie, man. If I need my fix, like I couldn't go 6 months without driving my car if I'm paying for it. That's just, even if I'm not paying for it. Oh, that's crazy. I don't know how you guys do it. But I understand. Yeah, see, there's certain things you buy, you know, like you're gonna have a, you know, you're a Corvette man, and you know, you just you've always wanted that Z06 or whatever, and you just, you know, you've saved up and you got it and you bought it, and that's your car, man. Go buy it. Nothing wrong with that. And they're gonna hold their value, you know, not like a Hellcat. Lease on my 2017 Scat Pack A-Up is up in April. It was a 2-year lease. I have only 64,000 miles. Oh God, that was terrible. Excuse me. Mm. 6,400. I'd have to do a little bit of, hang on. I mean, that seems about right. You know, usually when they're calculating these leases, they try to give a good idea of actually where it's going to be in 3 years. But I mean, that sounds about right. I know you said yours is a 2-year lease. I mean, that sounds like a pretty decent price, depending on your options too. You know, options on those things are so crazy high. You know, was it a Daytona or, you know, leather and all this stuff? You said it has 64,100. Oh, whoops, wrong one. Yeah, I mean, that seems like a pretty decent price. I mean, it's coming up as 35.5. But you said it's up in April, so yeah, I mean, that's really close, but it just seems like a good price. It's like, what are you going to do? You know, if you really want, all it's going to come down to is if you really want to keep the car. If you want to keep the car, then buy the damn car. You know, it's like you're getting a good price on it, and you know who's taking care of it the first 2 years, you know, because what are you going to do if you go out and find one, it's going to be marked up at least another couple grand, and then, you know, you don't know who took care of it. So, yeah, you can always buy the thing at the end of the lease if you want the car. It seems like a pretty decent price for it. I scratched your car. Just a little bit. Did you scratch it just a little bit? Oh, gosh. What was she thinking? Have you had the chance to test drive a 2019 Scat Pack wide body? I'm hearing a lot of positive things. Allegedly 11.9 quarter mile, and the handling is crazy. If you haven't, do you plan on doing a one? I wouldn't doubt that, because I mean, a lot of people could do 11.9 in a regular Scat Pack if they could actually drive or get a tire. But I'm sure they're just saying with stock tires because it's a 305. And the handling is probably good too. You know, driving the wide body Hellcat, one thing I noticed about it you can feel the I don't know what they call them, but basically the dips in the road a lot more. It's funny because I've got 305s, but it's hard to keep it in the lane. I mean, really, when you get real technical, there's no max miles on a lease, but the max incentivized miles is 15,000 a year. And then from there, you can prepay for mileage, or you just wait until the end of the lease and then pay for the rest, or trade it in and then it's worth whatever it's worth versus the payoff. Marcus, I just got a 2017 don't know what you said there. Oh, I guess you got a Hellcat Charger. Is that what it is, Marcus? I mean, 2017 Hellcat Charger for 52 grand sounds pretty good, depending on the miles. Sorry, I'm reading the comments, guys. Tram lining? Oh, is that the name of it? Okay. Our extended warranty offered from dealers at different prices. Yes, they can be. So, Edgar, if you're in Florida, no. Every dealer in Florida, there's I forget the statute or whatever, the law, but there is basically that you can't alter the price of an extended warranty. It kind of falls under some insurance almost type clause. So in Florida, no, you're going to find the same, price for warranties, unless they're trying to compensate it somehow by taking the money out of the car and then saying the warranty's lower or something. But the actual prices are the same in Florida. Now, I have heard of other places around the country that sell them for different prices. But what you have to be careful about is sometimes you can't transfer those warranties to other owners, where in Florida you can. So there's, you just want to get the nitty gritty before you do stuff like that. And I'll, of course, make sure you get it from an actual Mopar dealer. $21K. So the mileage is what's bringing that one to that price, probably, because that's high. Out the door, if you didn't have a trade-in, it's not bad. It sounds about right. Just doing a quick look up, it's saying 47. So, if I don't know what your selling price was, because it all differs from the deal. But I mean, 47 plus their profit, if they sold it to you for around 49 or 50, fair deal, which sounds about right. But I mean, if you had no trade, taxes on 47 grand are going to be like almost $3,000. So, I mean, it sounds like a pretty fair deal. And honestly, it doesn't matter, man. As long as you like the car, man, just ride it. Don't lose sleep over the deal if it's already done. My Scat Pack has dynamics, leather, interior, sound, power. Sticker was 46. Yeah, man. Sticker was 46. Then sounds like a great price, especially if it's got a dynamics package, leather, and the sound and power sunroof. Yeah, it sounds pretty loaded. Go Mango with carbon stripes, man. That's just like my Scat Pack. I had, if you check back on my channel, I had a Go Mango Scat Pack with carbon fiber stripes. I miss it. I kind of miss it. Orange Chrysler. Dang, it's almost been an hour again. I enjoyed chatting with you guys. So if you got any questions, let me know. I've got the screens up, but I'm probably going to be heading out here soon because I do want to finish editing that video for you guys. I do have just a little bit to finish so I can get that posted first thing in the morning. I think I'm pretty much just going to wake up and post it. Did anyone notice the new channel graphics, the cover photo? Seeing what you guys thought about that, if it was half decent. I've been trying to find one that would fit, because you've got to make it one big picture and you got to fit the words into this one little spot, or it doesn't look right here and look right there. And I know when a lot of people look at mobile, the words were cut off and it didn't look good. So I didn't know if that new... Oh, there it is. Look at that guy. Look at him. Okay, I'm getting a little loony here. Anyway, I'm probably going to head out. If you guys don't have any other questions, again, if this is your first time and you actually made it this long, I do videos on my 2018 Charger Hellcat, obviously racing residuals at least once a week, and car buying advice videos. Take questions about car buying, and also can look up invoices for you. So you can shoot me an email with the last 8 of a VIN, stuff like that, and I'll just have to get to you when I can, but I'm usually pretty good about it, as long as it's not the holidays. All right. See you, Eric. Frankie, my man. See you, bud. Thanks, Marcus. Thanks, Bill. All right, guys. All right, you got it, man. Yeah, like if you hit the bell, you'll know when I'm going to be doing live. I usually try to post a little thing on the... Anybody here that's actually got the bell or the notification on my channel can tell me about something real quick. Because you can subscribe to somebody and then you get the little notifications when they're posting a video or they're going live or whatever. Can one of you guys confirm something? There's a community chat page that I have, where I can post things that are coming up. Like this. Let's see. Ooh, focus. Anyway, and it shows kind of like little things about what's going on. Do y'all get notifications about those, or do you just happen to see them in your YouTube feed, like when you're going down your main feed? Oh, look, there I am. I know you're supposed to see them here, but I didn't know if you're actually subscribed to somebody and you have notifications on, if you get like a little notification about a community post. I didn't know if anybody could confirm that or not. I never get the community, just video. Okay. Thanks for confirming that. Look at this. It's like another dimension. I'm alive, showing you my phone on my phone through my screen over and over again. All right, guys. Anyway, thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you on the next one. Be sure to check out the video tomorrow on the Red Eye. I've got a little overview of it, the exhaust sounds, and some detailed pictures. So anyway, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for hanging out with me. Peace.